And we're back. Revelation chapter 13, verse 1 to 2. And the dragon stood on the shore of the sea. I saw a beast rising from the sea. It had 10 horns and 7 heads. On each horn a crown, on each head inscribed with a blasphemous name. The beast I saw looked like a leopard with bare paws and a lion's mouth. The dragon turned over its power to it, its throne and great authority. Verse 3 to 4. One of the beast's heads looked as if it had been struck a death blow and then healed. The whole earth was agog, gaping at the beast. They worshipped the dragon who gave the beast authority. And they worshipped the beast, exclaiming, "There's never been anything like the beast. No one would dare go to war with the beast." Verse 5 to 8. The beast had a loud mouth, boastful and blasphemous. It could do anything it wanted for 42 months. It yelled blasphemies against God, blasphemed his name, blasphemed his church, especially those already dwelling with God in heaven. It was permitted to make war on God's holy people and conquer them. It held absolute sway over all tribes and peoples, tongues and races. Everyone on earth whose name was not written from the world's foundation in the slaughtered Lamb's book of life will worship the beast. Verse 9 to 10. Are you listening to this? They've made their bed, now they must lie in it. Anyone marked for prison goes straight to prison. Anyone pulling a sword goes down by the sword. Meanwhile, God's holy people passionately and faithfully stand their ground. Verse 11 to 12. I saw another beast rising out of the ground. It had 2 horns, like a lamb, but sounded like a dragon when it spoke. It was a puppet of the first beast, made earth and everyone in it worship the first beast, which had been healed of its death blow. Verse 13 to 17. The second beast worked magical signs, dazzling people by making fire come down from heaven. It used the magic it got from the beast to dupe earth dwellers, getting them to make an image of the beast that received the death blow and lived. It was able to animate the image of the beast so that it talked, and then arrange that anyone not worshiping the beast would be killed. It forced all people, small and great, rich and poor, free and slave, to have a mark on the right hand or forehead. Without the mark of the name of the beast or the number of its name, it was impossible to buy or sell anything. Verse 18. Solve a riddle. Put your heads together and figure out the meaning of the number of the beasts. It's a human number, 666. Revelation chapter 14, verse 1 to 2. I saw, it took my breath away, the Lamb standing on Mount Zion, 144,000 standing there with him, his name and the name of his Father inscribed on their foreheads. And I heard a voice out of heaven and the sound like rapids, like the crash of thunder. Verse 2 to 5. And then I heard music, harp music, and the harpists singing a new song before the throne, and the 4 animals and the elders. Only the 144,000 could learn to sing the song. They were bought from earth, lived without compromise, virgin fresh before God. Wherever the Lamb went, they followed. They were bought from humankind, first fruits of the harvest for God and the Lamb, not a false word in their mouths, a perfect offering. Verse 6 to 7. I saw another angel soaring in middle heaven. He had an eternal message to preach to all who were still on earth. Every nation and tribe, every tongue and people, he preached in a loud voice, fear God and give him glory. His hour of judgment has come. Worship the maker of heaven and earth, salt sea and fresh water. Verse 8. A second angel followed, calling out, ruined, ruined, great Babylon ruined. She made all the nations drunk on the wine of her whoring. Verse 9 and 11. A third angel followed, shouting, warning! If anyone worships the beast and its image, and takes the mark on forehead or hand, that person will drink the wine of God's wrath, prepared unmixed in his chalice of anger. and suffer torment from fire and brimstone in the presence of holy angels, in the presence of the Lamb. Smoke from their torment will rise age after age. No respite for those who worship the beast and its image, who take the mark of its name. Verse 12. Meanwhile, the saints stand passionately patient, keeping God's commands, staying faithful to Jesus. Verse 13. I heard a voice out of heaven, write this, blessed are those who die in the Master. From now on, how blessed to die that way. Yes, says the Spirit, and blessed rest from their hard work. None of what they've done is wasted. God blesses them for it all in the end. Verse 14 to 16, I looked up, I caught my breath, a white cloud, and one like the Son of Man sitting on it. He wore a gold crown and held a sharp sickle. Another angel came out of the temple shouting to the cloud enthroned, swing your sickle and reap. It's harvest time. Earth's harvest is ripe for reaping. The cloud enthroned gave a mighty sweep of his sickle, began harvesting earth in a stroke. Verse 17 to 18. Then another angel came out of the temple in heaven. He also had a sharp sickle. Yet another angel, the one in charge of tending the fire, came from the altar. He thundered to the angel who held the sharp sickle, swing your sharp sickle, harvest earth's vineyard. The grapes are bursting with ripeness. Verse 19 and 20. 19 to 20. 19 and 20, same thing. The angel swung his sickle, harvested earth's vintage, and heaved it into the winepress, the giant winepress of God's wrath. The winepress was outside the city. As the vintage was trodden, blood poured from the winepress as high as a horse's bridle, and a river of blood for 200 miles. Revelation chapter 15, verse 1. I saw another sign in heaven, huge and breathtaking. 7 angels with 7 disasters. These are the final disasters, the wrap-up of God's wrath. Verse 2 to 4. I saw something like a sea made of glass, the glass all shot through with fire, carrying harps of God, triumphant over the beast, its image, and the number of its name. The saved ones stood on the sea of glass. They sang the song of Moses, servant of God. They sang the song of the Lamb. Mighty your acts and marvelous, O God the sovereign strong. Righteous your ways and true, King of the nations. Who can fail to fear you, God? Give glory to your name, because you and you only are holy. All nations will come and worship you, because they see your judgments are right. Verse 5 to 8. Then I saw the doors of the temple, the tent of the witness, in heaven open wide. The 7 angels carrying the 7 disasters came out of the temple. They were dressed in clean, bright linen and wore gold vests. One of the 4 animals handed the 7 angels 7 gold bowls, brimming with the wrath of God, who lives forever and ever. Smoke from God's glory and power poured out of the temple. No one was permitted to enter the temple until the 7 disasters of the 7 angels were finished. Amen.
Amen.